All right, it's yapping time because yep, they haven't made the lobby yet. So I do the really cool tactic of sit here and fill time. So at least you're not just listening to absolutely nothing. You get to hear me sound like an idiot. There you go. Also, I just noticed in that scene, why are there eggs inside of the ground? Come on, Onyx. Yup. 6 p.m. match not started. I don't know what to talk about. I guess I could talk about the team's records. We've got UAA, your home team, obviously. It's the UAA stream. I don't know why that wouldn't be the home team for the stream. But UAA 9-3 on the season against the Fort Lewis Onyx team for this third place match, who is 10-3 on their season. So both of these teams losing 3 matches, but they are both vying for that third place finish and a chance at playoffs. Unless top 4 go to playoffs, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super familiar with NECC's format. But who knows? I could go check real quick, see if I could potentially figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a combined playoffs. I don't have the slightest clue. They don't exactly make this stuff easy to figure out. And we're still not in the game yet. So we all just get to sit here and enjoy being bored, like usual. Let's see. Are we still waiting on them? We're still waiting on one of them to show up. Damn. That's crazy. I mean, they have 3 players, but one of them isn't here. I don't know. I don't know if there's a forfeit rule if one of the teams doesn't show up. I know UAA is here. I'm in lobby with them. Oh. Finally. It's happening, guys. We're about to do the thing. We're about to start the match, guys. Are you ready? Let's get going. UAA Green versus Fort Lewis Onyx. Again, third place matchup here between these two teams, trying to get that bronze medal. Teams with practically identical records, as stated before, as kind of missed that one as Alien Healer gets a good opportunity here. Steel missed that. Mr. Bowser has a really open net to shoot at, opted to go high, and Whisper can't stuff that one through the defense. So Mr. Bowser's just gonna play keep away there a little bit. try and delay the attack. And Whispered is going to have a double tap look here, but it's played away by Bull. This time Stealth is going to try and send that one out. Mr. Bowser stopping it at the midline. Got the flip reset, but handed it off to Whispered. He's going to look for the pass towards the middle, but Stealth reads it the entire way. Right now, UAA has been looking pretty good so far. The possession definitely going in their favor. Stealth with a big miss there. Relied on Biscuit to get in there and save it away, and almost a mishap by the UAA defense, potentially leading to a goal, and that could potentially be one. Not quite. UAA, a couple lapses on defense there. Scary looks from this Fort Lewis team, but neither side has found a way to get the ball in the net yet. Alien Healer trying to be the first one to do it, but played away by Stealth. Biscuit's gonna go pretty far away from that one. Alien Healer with a decently routine save. Gets his boost stolen away from him by Whispered. Bowser kind of stuck in the front. Really high touch by Biscuit. I feel like just a shot on net to get the double commit from defense could have worked out better there for Fort Lewis, but they decided against it. Now Whispered, oh, that's an easy setup for him. Give a player like him way too much time with a floater in front of the net, and you will get punished. A 64-mile-an-hour beamer. There's not much the Fort Lewis defense could have done to stop that one. They're going to try and get one back. Alien Healer plays it away. Bull almost found one. I don't know if I should call him Bull or Bully. I think it's Bully. I think that last character is like a special character. Another miss on defense is going to kind of leave the net open, but Stealth with a great recovery keeps it from becoming a pretty bad situation for this Fort Lewis team. They almost got a counterattack goal, but Lewis making a couple misses on touches they really should have. They're working great as a unit, though, as Stealth almost gets a really hard angle goal there. Every single player from UAA commits to make that one. The save was made. They did almost get punished for it. Just, again, able to keep the ball out for long enough. Fort Lewis touches need to be a little bit more clean if they want to get past this UAA team. Decent touch. Biscuit doesn't go for a demo there. Opted to go for the boost steal. Didn't exactly work out. Does manage to find its way down to the Fort Lewis side. Is just going to be played across, though, as Mr. Bowser gets challenged by Bully pretty early. Wouldn't do much with that ball, but it's staying in the Fort Lewis side right now. They've tried to get it out a couple times here, but it looks like they're finally going to succeed. They do get somewhat of a look on net, but it's a really weak shot. Not much to worry about, but that one! What a save by Mr. Bowser! He keeps that one from going in, but that from Stealth Monarch does eventually find the back of the net. They almost did it. Just not quite, and Fort Lewis ties this game right back up. We're starting from square one. Bully almost got one there. If Alien Healer was a bit off, that could have been a kickoff goal for Fort Lewis. Whisper is going to send that one down. Mr. Bowser didn't have the boost to keep going, but who's in the net? Biscuit actually looked for the bump on one of the UAA players. Accidentally saved it away from the UAA net. He was playing defense, but he was playing defense for the wrong team. Almost put that one in, but I've seen that a couple times here with both of these teams, just off of that near post. Looks like we're gonna be heading to overtime here, most likely. Whisper keeps it up. Healer tries to continue it. Now this could be dangerous for Fort Lewis, but Whisper does stop it at the midline. A pass out. Just did not have enough boost. We do go to overtime here in game number 1 between these two. Alien Healer does manage to get that one towards the Fort Lewis side, but it is played away pretty quick by Bully. Both teams still not getting too overly aggressive with their commits. A good 50-50 challenge there by Monarch. Now Mr. Bowser's gonna have a chance. He gets over one, he gets it into the corner and finds the way into the net. Mr. Bowser with a really nice air dribble. I mean, I don't know if you can really call it a full air dribble. More of just keeping that possession. And squeezes it in along the left side post. UAA takes game number 1, but it wasn't the most comfortable of victories. Stealth Monarch putting in a lot of work on defense for that Fort Lewis team. If they could maybe try and get some disruption bumps and demos on Stealth Monarch, it could potentially open up the net for some more goals. As, I mean, everyone chipping in on defense for UAA. No real clear MVP from them, but it looks like if they could try and shut down Stealth Monarch, it could potentially work out for them. I'm kind of just repeating myself here now as we do wait for the next game. UAA getting that first game series advantage for them right now. We will see if that stays throughout the rest of this series, or if it does eventually swap somehow. Now, if a miss there from Whispered could have been dangerous. Again, near side post, plain spoiler for both these teams. A great save by Whispered on no boost. UAA starting off struggling here. They are all very low to 0 boost. And Fort Lewis is just swarming. Almost completely full tanks from them. Mr. Bowser makes the save. UAA doing a good job at setting up these defensive lines, but how long are they going to be able to hold it when they don't have much boost to work with? Whisper did get demoed, so he spawned with that 32. Picking up that one pad gave him just about 50. And Bowser barely had enough to get there, but now I said UAA should be looking for that disruption bump and demo plays, but it is Fort Lewis doing all of that right now. Being extremely aggressive. A save by Whispered on something that might not have been a clear goal. Fort Lewis puts that one towards the net. Whispered plays it away, and Biscuit misses the second touch. Could have had a good one there. But not quite. A double commit by Fort Lewis. That could give an opening here for UAA to finally break out. It looks like they are going to finally set up something, get out of their own side, try and recoup on boost. Could have been very dangerous. Lewis almost finding another goal there. Can't exactly say another goal, but their first goal. Yeah, these bumps by Fort Lewis. Getting really dangerous as Whispered sends that one on the net, but Biscuit plays it away. Healer gets the demo on one, the pinch into the middle, but Alien Healer was going the opposite direction. Whispered, oh, accidentally puts that one past his own teammate. Now Mr. Bowser on the back line is going to have to work from their side. Whispered with a little bit of an early jump there, realized he couldn't quite make it, decided not to waste the boost on it. Stealth is going to send a hard shot towards the net. It was too high. Whispered plays it away. Right now, Fort Lewis team back on the offensive pressure, looking for the bumps, looking for the demos, just trying to disrupt UAA and not give them time. And it is working right now. UAA has been stuck on their half of the field for a large majority of this game, and they haven't had really any dangerous chances towards that Fort Lewis net yet. And here's a good one for Fort Lewis, but Stealth! That should have been an easy goal. Not quite able to find the angle. UAA dodged a bullet there. Fort Lewis has had the opportunities, but have not had the accuracy. That's a pretty big miss. Alien Healer has an opportunity. Stealth Monarch is able to get back for that one. Takes the save away. Again, they could have that 1-goal lead right now. Potentially going to be kicking themselves for not securing it. This time is winding down to about 1 minute. There's another good opportunity played away by Whispered. That's going to be a good 50-50. UAA can capitalize here. That one goes out to the middle. Mr. Bowser's shot. Oh, played away by Bully. Now both teams kind of evened out here. Miss on the back wall by Whispered. Leaves UAA pretty vulnerable. He is able to eventually start working towards the Fort Lewis side. Let's get with a major touch there. Absolutely had to hit that one. If not, could have been an easy goal. But here we go. Fort Lewis finally gets the opportunity they need off of the 50-50 dunk by Bully. And it took them a while, but they do eventually make it work. UAA now has 20 seconds to try and find a goal, but that has looked all but impossible this game with how Fort Lewis has completely trapped UAA on their side of the field. There is a potential opportunity here. Alien Healer gets beat to that one by Biscuit though, and that is going to end it. Fort Lewis going for quantity over quality. It took them 10 shots, but all they needed was the 1 goal. And UAA is going to have to, I don't know, find out something, a way to play against this highly aggressive play style that Fort Lewis is bringing out. Because the first game, both teams played cautiously. The second game, Fort Lewis came out swinging. And while UAA's defense has looked substantially sharper than it has in other series, it's only so much they can do to stave off 10 goals, or not 10 goals, 10 shots if you can't find a goal of your own. Now, Battle Bus for third place match is based. Only real gamers use the Battle Bus. Here we go. Game number 3. These two teams tied up 1-1. The first game, very hard fought, very close between these two teams. The second game, also very close. but it felt like Fort Lewis was just in control the entire time. Is UAA going to be able to flip the script on its head, or is Fort Lewis going to keep that offensive pressure going? A couple misses here by both teams. Biscuit has no boost. Does get the bump on Whispered there, and looks for the one on Alien Healer as well. Does get it. Really good disruption play there by Biscuit. Bully does get his boost stolen from him. Mr. Bowser has a good chance here. He knows that Bully has no boost, and for that one, maybe a bit early. Notice Bully with that fast challenge. So now Biscuit has a chance. He gets the first 2-3 touches. Bully tried helping him along, but Whispered makes the save. Couldn't quite play that one out in a way. A chance there for Fort Lewis. Sent a bit too wide. This Fort Lewis team with these bumps are starting to swarm again, keeping UAA pinned on their own side of the field. Very good reads on these touches as well. Who is not allowing UAA to get a clean touch with the ball, or at least one that would get them anywhere with much power. This is going to send this one right back down into UAA's side. Whispered sends that into the middle. Stealth Monarch went a bit high there. That's a field goal in football, but we're playing Rocket League here. A little bit lower, and it could have potentially been in. They have a good chance there. That's a great shot by Biscuit. Passing it to himself off of the sidewall. An Alien Healer. If he didn't make the touch, it was in. If he did, he would have wanted it to go a little wider than that. Fort Lewis off to a strong start, and they get a really good chance here. They almost make it too, but Alien Healer scrambles back to make that save. Cannot get it any farther than that midline, though. UAA, again, not able to find any power on their breakout plays against this Fort Lewis team. Anytime they do try and get some power, a Fort Lewis player is there to play the 50-50. This makes me think that UAA might want to start taking some lighter touches, maybe playing a bit more of a controlled play style. Not try and play boomer ball against this Fort Lewis team, because it seems to be what they are very much used to. It's a play style that they seem to enjoy a lot. It's a massive pinch there by Biscuit. Not really sure who's going to be able to score off of a pinch like that, but that miss from Alien Healer is not going to be doing UAA any favors. So now Bully gets a chance to get a center ball. He does. Stealth is right there to clean it up. And if they manage to miss that one, it would have been red alert for Fort Lewis, but they find their second. And they have kept UAA completely quiet throughout game 2 and 3 so far. As Whispered almost gets a great double tap. Bully with the better save though. And right now, UAA needs to find some way to stop this Fort Lewis squad, because after that game 1 where they lost in overtime, it has been almost perfection from this Fort Lewis team. Already starting that offensive pressure yet again. A great read there by Whispered. It was on net. It could have gone in, and UAA finally. They have a goal. That's what they have. But the blindfold is no longer on. They can see once again. just need to find 2 more as Fort Lewis getting in their own way there. Stealth and Bully, a team bumping each other. Whisper's gonna get 1 touch into that corner there, but Biscuit gets to the ball before him. Doesn't have much boost to continue it with, but it doesn't matter. Stealth sends it along. Alien Healer, not a great takeoff angle to try and get to that. As Bully is going to keep that one going down the field. Gets a good 50-50 against Mr. Bowser. Lewis once again doing really good with these 50-50s. There is a couple touches that could be concerning, but right now it hasn't punished them all that much. As a double miss read by Bully, though. Good play by them and a great save there. It's going to keep UAA's chance of getting back into this one completely still, as Bully's going to find 1 more of his own. And the Fort Lewis Onyx squad putting the hammer down here in game number 3. After game number 1, they have taken complete control of this series. Bully didn't find any shots on goal himself, but he got an assist and pretty much all of their saves. And if we had some extra stats to look at, I can almost guarantee it would be about 70% possession in favor of this Fort Lewis squad, with only about 30 for UAA. And that is a situation that is not good for the UAA roster. They need to find some way to stop this Fort Lewis offense, or they could be looking down the barrel of defeat. As we are going to be restarting. Okay. Gotta love it. So just a little bit of a break before game 4. Maybe UAA will take this time to figure out some kind of strategy against the Fort Lewis team. But I think as of now, they do kind of need to, I think, play a little bit more possession heavy. The boomer ball game is not working for them. Whenever they try and make those hard breakout clears, hasn't done much. So I think if they're able to find a good way to get possession-based breakout plays going, maybe an air dribble or ground dribble, but something where it's not going to be just an easy early challenge for Fort Lewis to play, that could potentially be the key to solving this Fort Lewis offense, but time will tell. UA gonna start off with some possession here. They win the kickoff. It's Biscuit. He's gonna send that one away from the Fort Lewis side. He's managed to stay with that first touch that he missed as an alien healer. That touch, but it went right over to Bully. Now we're into UAA's side. This is the deciding factor. Are they going to be able to figure out a way to get out? And they do. Whispered, great dribble to get that one over to the Fort Lewis side, but it's already on its way back towards UAA's half of the field. Alien here doing a good job keeping this on the Fort Lewis side. The Whispered tried getting a flick to the far post. Just a little bit off target though. This time it's UAA that's swarming with the offensive pressure. They need to try and make it last. As that one's going to get past 2 UAA players, but Alien Healer is going to send it right back down to the Fort Lewis backboard. Now, a hard shot. Bowser gets there barely off of the left side of the goal and out. Make that redirect save, and a hard shot the opposite way. Pretty similar save from the Fort Lewis side this game. Much more even than the previous ones we've seen. Whisper's gonna try and get that one out. Does get sent to Mr. Bowser. He's gonna get bumped. Can't find the double tap, but Whispered is there. No defense back for the Fort Lewis squad, and UAA finds their first lead in 3 games now. This is the 3rd game, and they finally get the lead after quite a time. Quite some time. Are they going to be able to stick with it, though? It seems they've found a way to counter this Fort Lewis squad. They just have to keep it going. Can't let things start to spiral out of control. It's Biscuit. Decent attempt at a breakout play, doesn't work, but a pinch from Stealth Monarch gets sent with some force down to the UAA side, and they could have had an opportunity there. Stealth Monarch just barely misses that one. Whispered makes the save on the shot by Biscuit. And UAA trying to get down to Fort Lewis's side with speed, maybe try and find a counterattack goal, but Stealth Monarch found his way into the net to make the save, and we're going right back the other way. Mr. Bowser has to do his best job on defense on the other side, and we go right back down to the Fort Lewis side. And Alien Healer finds a net with no defense and slots that one in. Felt like each team had 2 chances at the net there in a span of probably what was 10 seconds. Fort Lewis, they immediately respond with one of their own. Great pass by Stealth Monarch. Goes right into the middle for Bully and just squeezes it past Mr. Bowser. Right back to square one. It's Fort Lewis. They might be letting another one go here. Whispered sends that one all the way down. Bully sends it wide. And now Stealth Monarch with a decent save on that second shot from Mr. Bowser. They could be getting a second one here for Fort Lewis, but not quite. Stealth Monarch goes off the side now, but that one could be really dangerous. UA has an open net to look at. Mr. Whispered sends it on, but Stealth Monarch, a 0 boost save. Able to keep that one clear. Both of these teams in a tug of war for who's gonna get the next goal. There has been no clear favorite for possession. Fort Lewis almost made it 2 with that shot from Bully. Another one towards the net. Mr. Bowser makes the save. Fort Lewis, a couple great opportunities, just not quite able to find it. But they're gonna try and keep this offensive pressure going. They're starting to get more comfortable on offense. UAA needs to find a way out. Whispered almost got a good shot on goal there, but Biscuit read it the entire way. Mr. Bowser tried getting that one past Stealth Monarch, who just got to that correct flip. Going sideways to not let it get past him as Mr. Bowser sends that one high. I don't think he realized the net was completely empty, and now it's an easy goal for Fort Lewis. A huge blunder by UAA. They had a wide open net to look at, and then they overcommitted trying to get the double tap, and Fort Lewis takes full advantage. It's back to a 2-2 tie game. If UAA drops this one, it could completely destroy the morale. going to do everything they possibly can to secure this game, though. It's Whispered early challenge by a bully there. It's going to keep that one away. Whispered's going to continue this along. Gets a decent 50-50 against Stealth Monarch there. Alien Healer plays control, but that one's going towards the UAA net there. Is Whispered able to get back? He's not! And Fort Lewis, with 2 seconds left, makes it 3! UAA's defense falls apart right at the end when they need it the least. And UAA, after so much promise, so close to taking the victory, are they able to get Alien Healer with the 0-second goal? He finds the top right side, and we go to overtime. A game that was all but lost for UAA. They bring it back from the clutches of defeat. Now, they just need to find their second overtime win. They did it in game number 1. Can they do it in game number 4 to keep this series close? Right now, Fort Lewis has looked pretty good on defense. They've had a couple lapses, but Alien Healer goes high, doesn't get the flip reset there. It is played away by the Fort Lewis defense. Mr. Bowser's gonna try to keep this one in. He's got a good shot at the net there, but Biscuit is the first one to it. Alien Healer sends one towards the net. Stealth has to go up to make the save. Mr. Bowser gets a good challenge on that one. Whisper reads Stealth Monarch's first touch. Alien Healer 50-50 against Biscuit. Both teams vying for power here. It's been on the Fort Lewis side for a while. They get a shot down the field. Whispered with a good touch keeps it from being too dangerous. As Alien Healer is going to continue this along. Fort Lewis sends it into their own corner. A big miss there by Biscuit. Mr. Bowser can't find a shot at the net, though. But that one does go towards the net. Stealth had to go up there to try and make that save, which he did. Biscuit with a great control, gets the breakout play, and now it's Fort Lewis's turn. They might have a good opportunity here. Bully doesn't get a hard shot. UAA looking for a breakout here. Fort Lewis keeps it in the UAA side. They're trying to just play disruption like usual. They're trying to go back to those bumps and demos that worked so well for them in games 2 and 3. The hearts for both teams starting to pound. As a shot towards the net. Who's going to be there for UAA? Alien Healer had to make a... I'm already forgetting terms for plays. But Alien Healer, he's got an opportunity. Can he find it all the way down? He can! UAA taking game number 4. And they keep the series tied. They don't go down 2. They bring it back to a 2-all scoreline. And from here, it is a best of 3. The next 3 games, or potentially 2, decide the winner. UAA took games 1 and 4 in overtime. Fort Lewis looked unstoppable in games 2 and 3. What is the storyline going to be for games 5 and 6? Is Fort Lewis going to find the prowess they had previously? Or is UAA going to finally find a way to break through this Fort Lewis squad consistently? Both teams pouring their heart and soul into the previous game. Fort Lewis thought they had it with 2 seconds left and a 1-goal lead. But Alien Healer had other plans, and he got UAA to overtime and secured their victory there. Fort Lewis is gonna try and get revenge. Right now, both of these teams playing so well against each other. Neither of them allowing the other to get away with anything, and that could have been an easy opportunity there. Great play by Whisper to keep that one out of harm's way. That one's gonna go towards the net. Decent touch by Stealth Monarch. Gets a powerful clear, but Mr. Bowser sends it right back towards Fort Lewis. Puts one into the middle. Alien Healer, good first touch. Is Whisper gonna be able to be there for a second? No, he sits on the sidewall. Decided to play passive. Saw both of his teammates forward, so he didn't want to go over pressure. They have been punished by that four. Whispered has a great opportunity here. Can't quite disrupt Stealth Monarch enough. Something that could have been a really good opportunity for UAA. Just barely unable to capitalize on it, but they get a good one there. Biscuit plays it off to the side. This ball is going to head out with some force. Biscuit's going to try and keep that one along. Whispered with a great first touch. He's going to try and follow it up. Just keeps the pressure going whenever he finds that first touch. He does not stop following the ball. Mr. Bowser doesn't get a great 50-50 against Stealth. UAA spending a lot of time here on the Fort Lewis side. They haven't really had any super dangerous looks yet. They've had a couple things that could have easily gone in. There was just no one there to finish it. So Fort Lewis gets a shot towards the net. Mr. Bowser is back to make that save. Pretty routine one there for him. Whispered, not a great first touch, just sent that one straight to Biscuit. It's now Stealth Monarch's gonna try and find one. He sends that one high off the backboard and right to Bully. Fort Lewis starts the scoring not exactly early, about halfway through the game here for Fort Lewis. And currently, every time a team that has scored first in this series, they've won the game. So Fort Lewis are going to be feeling pretty confident after finding that first goal. They almost get a second there. Alien Healer really stretching to get to that one. Exactly, find a breakout play there. Whisper got it past Biscuit, but Stealth Monarch was right there in recovery. Biscuit's gonna send that one to Bully, who puts the shot on net. It goes off the post, and Mr. Bowser sends it away. Fort Lewis still swarming on the offensive side. Bully's got a chance. He sends that one high off the crossbar, and the UAA defense swarms on the rebound. Mr. Bowser left back on defense here. He's going to go up. He doesn't have a whole ton of boost to work with. He just has to make that first touch. Lewis kind of getting in their own way there. They could have let that one potentially go in, but they did manage to get back in time. Not a great touch there by Whisper. Kind of just gave that away to the Fort Lewis squad, but this could be a good look. Bully gets back and sends it away. Puts a hard shot on net just to keep the UAA defense awake. Going to steal that boost from Whispered. Bumps him on the way back. Who's there to make the save? It's Mr. Bowser. And now Whispered has got an airdrop opportunity. Didn't find the flip reset. Mr. Bowser tried finding a way to get that one through. Double miss there. Whispered's going to send that one back towards Mr. Bowser, but he's already getting pestered by Bully. UAA, they're running out of time. We're down to 50 seconds. They're down by 1 goal. It was almost 2 there, but they did manage to play that one away pretty strong. The longer they're stuck on their side, the less time they're going to have to look for a goal, and this could be a good one. But again, Fort Lewis and their rotations back are very good at just denying opportunities. UAA stuck on their side again. A shot towards the net. That one's too close. Seen that a couple times. Is Fort Lewis getting a challenge for it? They are! A big miss by Fort Lewis, and they get punished for it by Whispered. It's back to a tie game with 15 seconds left. And flashbacks to the previous game here for Fort Lewis. So close to winning with such little time left. Are they going to fall short again? Or are they going to be able to secure the series lead? We have to go to overtime yet again to figure out. This overtime is going to break one of the two things that have been going on, and it's gonna be Fort Lewis. They break the streak of UAAs winning in overtime. And now they are on match point. Fort Lewis let it slip there right at the end, but they responded very fast in overtime. UAA now has to win 2 in a row. They haven't done it yet. On the contrary, Fort Lewis took games 2 and 3. So them winning game 6 is not exactly out of the cards. This is the last chance for UAA. Their last life of the tournament if they don't win 2 in a row. Right now, their destiny lies in their own hands. Are they going to be able to take the games they need? Or is Fort Lewis going to wrap things up with a pretty bow? Mr. Bowser trying to play some disruption there. That one gets stuffed through, but a player on the rotation back through is able to play it away. So he's going to send this one over towards Biscuit. Challenge that one. Great play there by Stealth to keep that one going towards the UAA side. And now I think it's a good first touch here. It's light on net, but forces a UAA player up. 50-50. That one goes very heavily in favor of UAA. Backboard was covered by Stealth. Whisper's going to send that one towards the middle. Alien Healer could have had a goal there, but a great doink by one of Lewis defenders keeps it away. Now Fort Lewis going right down to the UA side. They almost get a redirect, just a bit too far off target. Now they have got a potential open net to look at here. And they do find it, kind of, but not enough. The demo came through. Just not quite enough. There was a little bit of a redirect that sent it too far off. Tries to continue that long. Played towards the UAA side by Biscuit. Whispered, no boost to work with here. Can't do too much. Here, good job not touching that one. Didn't want to send that one over his own player. Whisper's going to get that one back towards the leader, and now he has a chance to go up for it. But this Fort Lewis squad, they are starting to find these bumps and demos again. Doing a pretty good job at avoiding them. But right now, it's feeling like the cracks potentially might start showing for UAA. Really good opportunity there by Stealth Monarch. Played away by Whisper, who gets a great recovery touch there. Another demo from Biscuit. She's gonna get more and more pressure. Holy, that is not what you want for Fort Lewis. Bully with a massive misplay pinches it into his own net. And there wasn't a chance in the world any of his teammates were saving that one. They're gonna have to shake that one off and try and find a response. Right now, UAA's defense has looked really strong, and Alien Healer potentially looking for a second there, but decided just to play the possession game. It's a pinch. That one goes down towards UAA side, not quite on net though. It's Biscuits, but he's gonna play time here. He plays the possession game. Alien Healer with an early challenge, but a great read there by Biscuit. Now Whispered, shot on net! That's 2 for UAA! They've been in this situation before. They have let it slip, but they managed to do it in overtime. Are they going to be able to keep the 2-goal lead? Or are things going to go south again? They cannot let up. They know that Fort Lewis will punish them if they show any signs of weakness. First touch, that one's gonna go on net. Whispered almost got a redirect. Might have sent that one too far off, but Mr. Bowser's double tap! That finds its way in. It's 3 for UAA, and they seem to be the ones that are taking complete control of the series now. It started with Fort Lewis, and then UAA said, hold my beer. It's my time to shine. Now a good look here for Fort Lewis, but a great bump by Alien Healer. The one and only player on Fort Lewis who had a decent shot there. Completely taken out of the play. And with 50 seconds left, Fort Lewis needs to find something right now. They need to get this ball onto UAA's side of the field, and it needs to go in the net. But right now, the pressure is mounting from UAA. Fort Lewis finally gets it onto UAA's side, but they're not really able to do much with it. They almost get one there, but Alien Healer with the stellar defensive play. And with 20 seconds remaining, Fort Lewis is going to need 1 goal and then 2 kickoff goals. But at this point, it's pretty much over. 10-second countdown starts. UAA, 3 goals up, 3 seconds left, and it's down to 0. They take us to game number 7. And we are now in winner takes all territory. Both teams trading blows. UAA took the first one. Fort Lewis responded by taking the 2 after. And it's been a back and forth series since. It all comes down to one last game for both of these teams. Who is going to take the 3rd place bronze medal for the West Coast Division 5? And who is going to be stuck in 4th? hoping and just thinking of how it could have been them. UAA in the blue, Fort Lewis in the orange. No better place to decide it than Champions Field. And we get going. UAA starting off with possession. Almost an insane goal by Alien Healer, but Stealth manages to keep it away, and he makes a second save there, keeping it alive for Fort Lewis, and then he makes a third. How many saves can he make? It seems he can do all of it. As 3 goals that were probably over the line at some point, blocked away by Stealth Monarch. And Fort Lewis, who should have been down a goal by this point, have somehow managed to keep the scoreline at 0. Whispered. Gonna get a decent control here. Now it's gonna be Alien Healer, sends that one into the middle. Mr. Bowser is there. Doesn't get a shot on the net, though. He is gonna get first touch here. Tries to continue along. Great 50-50. Biscuit didn't have enough boost for a solid challenge there. Mr. Bowser tried reading a touch there. That didn't happen. Healer goes up. Can't get that one through Biscuit. Try and do it again. This one does manage to find its way past some of those Fort Lewis players, but this is a semi-open net here for Stealth Monarch, but Whispered gets back in time to play it away. Knows he does not have time to play around with the ball. You could hear the Fort Lewis player on his tail. He's going to get a breakout here. Biscuit gets a decent touch to send that one farther down. A great demo there by Bully. Leaves the net completely open, but Whispered makes the save. Are they going to be able to secure it? No! He gets a decent clear as well, and now Alien Healer has to try and continue it along. UAA's turn to make the impossible saves. Both teams are playing for that first goal. They know how important it is. As UAA, they let an opportunity go here, and it could have been bad, but a double commit on defense. This could potentially be really good for Fort Lewis. Misplay there by Biscuit, though. Not really able to find the touch. UAA on low boost overall. Alien Healer, the only player that really has anything. He's got to go up for this one, and the challenge doesn't quite work out. Whispered's there. Is Bowser able to make the save? He is! Are they able to make the third? No! Biscuit. Try it once, try twice. Third time's the charm. And Fort Lewis is the first to break through the defensive wall. UAA has been in this situation before. They've come back from this situation before. They know they can do it. But Fort Lewis is not going to make it easy. Both of these teams know how much is riding on this singular game. Mr. Bowser tries getting that one to the middle, but Biscuit, really good early challenge. Alien Healer goes up. He's got a good chance here. Decides to play the fake. And oh my God, Mr. Bowser, what is that? The series! The Fort Lewis defense caught completely off of guard. And Mr. Bowser just sinks it into the top left corner. Now Fort Lewis has a chance here. They got the dribble going, and they got an open shot. They respond. UAA, they got the amazing goal, but Fort Lewis, they have the consistency. Forcing UAA's hand. Are they going to be able to keep this going? UAA once again has to work from a goal down. And they might have to work from 2, but Whispered makes a great save. Alien here doesn't get a super solid touch there. So Whispered goes up, puts that one towards net. A double commit on defense, but it's a good clear. Not UAA not able to find a response shot. And now it's 2 for Fort Lewis. A big miss on defense from Mr. Bowser. And the net was completely open. UAA has not come back from a 2-goal deficit yet this series. Can they make now the time? Or is Fort Lewis going to crush the hopes and dreams of this UAA squad? There's an opportunity here. Mr. Bowser wasn't quite able to find the magic angle that he found earlier. They're just trying to put it on net, but Fort Lewis with the clear. They keep it safe. They keep it away, and they take the series. Fort Lewis in 7, going the distance in a series that could have gone either way. They managed to close it out with clutch defense from Stealth Monarch and the goals they needed from Biscuit. They take 3rd place, relegating UAA to sit in 4th. With that, however, on a bit of a sour note to end the stream, we will be saying goodbye. And I don't know if UAA will have matches next week. I don't know if top 4 teams go to the overall playoffs or it is only top 3. If it's true, we'll have a match in a week or 2. If not, stay tuned for next season. But with that, we'll see you guys later.